Okay, let me share my screen. All right, so let's take a look at this one. So our first task in this lab is we're going to create some AWS account groups, and we're going to create two groups for the AWS account. All right, one's going to be called developers. The other one's going to be called QA. So we got some DevOps people here, and we got quality assurance people here. For our developers, we're going to grant the admin policy. For the quality assurance for the QA, we're going to grant full EC2 access. So go ahead and sign in. And once you sign in, you're going to want to go to your services. So go ahead and sign in with your root user here. All right. And then once you're here, you want to go to services. And then you can just type in IAM. That's going to bring up your IAM. And if there's anything that you ever want to make a like bookmark or an actual favorite, you can just click on the star there, and you can see right there, there it is for fast access. I can also do the same thing for EC2 since we use that one a lot as well. So let me go ahead and navigate back to IAM. Wait for this one to pull up here. Okay, and it's even saying, hey, Ian, by the way, you know what? You know what? You should probably add multi-factor for your root user, just to be more secure and follow best practice here. So what I want to do now is I want to go to security, identity, and compliance here. So I'm going to go to IAM, and then under resources, I'm going to click on user groups. All right. You see I've got two already, but I'm going to go ahead and click on the two there. And you see I've got one called developers and then one called QA. Let's go ahead and we're actually going to make some new ones here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete those groups. I'm going to confirm that. All right, get out of here. All right, gone. Cool. Now I'm with you. I'm going to go ahead and go to create group. All right. And under create group, I want to give my name developers. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. All right. And then let's see, our next thing to do, I'm just going to press, I just pressed enter there. And once I press enter, it made that group. Okay. And then next thing I want to do is I want to go to administrator access. So in the search bar, they want you to type in administrator access, and sometimes these things change. So let me try to make sure I'm in the right place here. Oh, let me take a look at get the space out of here. All right, let's see what we got right here. Create IAM administrator groups. You know what? Let's take a look right here. Well, that's loading. We can keep on looking here. I don't want documentation. I want to create a group here. So let's go and see if I can't find it right here. Administrator access. Okay. And it says select the policy and then select create group. So let's see if we can't see what we find here. So in the search bar, type admin access, then press enter, and then select the policy and select create groups here. So let's do that. I need to go back to my groups and developers, and then let's see. Mhm. This one always trips me up here. Let's see. Policies. Here we go. Let's try this one right here. Administrator access. Let's try that. Admin. Nope, not there. Let's clear out my filter. Let's see. Administrator access. There we go. I just had to check, make sure my spelling was okay. All right, I want to select that one, right? And let's see, my next step to do is says create group or attach it. Let's try the attach. All right, so it says, okay, attach it to who, right? Well, I want to attach this one to my developers. Okay, and it says one entity was attached to the administrator access policy. All right, so then the next thing I can take a look at is I can create one more group called QA. So let's go back to user groups. And let's go to create groups. And this one, I'm going to call this one QA. And this time I'm just going to do it from here. And I want the Amazon EC2 full access. I'm going to press enter. I'm just checking my syntax here. There we go. I'm going to say OK. And let's see, under attached permission policies, enter EC2 full, and then select the policy, and then it says create group. Okay. So there's my QA. All right. So the next thing it wants me to do is to create two users for the AWS account, Emily and Alex. We're going to add Emily to the developers and Alex to the QA. So I'm going to navigate to users under access management. And you saw that I had these users here before. So I'm just going to go ahead and blow these things away. And I say yes, delete. We're just going to add them back. All right, they are gone. So let's go ahead and click on add users. All right. So the first one they want us to do is going to be Emily. And let's see. Yep, select Emily, and then it says select AWS access type down here. What I want is a password for AWS Management Console Access. That means that this user, Emily, is going to be able to type in a password to be able to log in. All right. And you see right here, it's going to automatically create a password for Emily. You see it's grayed out. I can't type in anything right here. That's okay. But the cool thing is that next time she signs in, it's going to create a new password at next sign in. Okay, and let's go next to permissions. So it says, okay, which group would you like to add her in? Let's go ahead and add her to the developers group. So I'm going to say next. I'm going to do tags, and tags are a way that I can easily find or look for certain resources. So a virtual machine can be a resource, a user can be a resource, a group can be a resource, right? It's a quick way to be able to find stuff or to logically group different resources together. So let's go to the tags. It says in the add user to group, select developers and then click on tags. Do not add any information under add tags. Create the user, and then it says go to next review. Let's go ahead and leave the tags empty. Go to next review, and then we get our little summary right here for add user. Okay, so that looks good. We have Emily. Password is auto-generated. Required password reset, yes. She is in the group developers, so that looks good. So once I do that, I'm happy with Emily. I'm going to go ahead and say create user. All right, and then it says, hey, you have made Emily. She is good to go. And then the next thing that you want to do is I want to download the CSV. The CSV is going to have my user's login and the URL credentials. So I'm going to save that. There's my Emily right there. In fact, let me just, I'm just going to call this one Emily so I don't forget. I'm just renaming it off screen here. I say Emily credentials, and you can see right there, there's Emily's credentials. Okay. So the next thing that they want us to do is to log in as an IAM user with Emily. Use the link credentials provided in the CSV and log in with Emily in the console. So let me go ahead and share this with you right here. So once I do that, you see that I've got my console. There's my sign-in page. There's my user Emily, and then there's the password for her to log in. So that's what I'm going to be using here. And of course, once I get there, it's going to ask me to, change the password for Emily. So again, I'm just going to copy that URL, and I'm going to paste that in a new tab and attempt to log in with Emily. So let's go ahead and try to paste and go. All right, let me clear out my saved stuff in here and get that out of there as well. Okay, so now that you actually went past that screen, that's okay. That's okay. We'll be fine. We'll get you going, Logan. URL to which one? All right. Well, let me go ahead and oh, your URL might be different from my URL, which with your user. All good, all good. Okay, so let me go ahead and attempt to log in with Emily. So I'm just going to type in EMILY, and then the password that I was given. I'm just, hopefully I copy this right. And I'm going to paste it in there. And let's see if I did it right. And, oh, wrong username. I want Emily. Let's see, account ID looks good. password. Oh, probably need a little bracket there. 1 second. There we go. Forgot to add a bracket. Okay, so I'm now going to paste in the old password, and then I'm going to make a new password off screen. And let's see if this one works. All right, so new password. Let's see if it meets the requirements. Confirm password change. And looks like it was happy. It didn't kick me out. So cool. Let me try to log in now with those new creds. So my account ID was the numbers. So I'm just going to copy that one from my sign in page. Like I said, your account might be a different 12-digit ID. Totally fine, totally normal, right? And my um, username was Emily. And then I'm going to type in my new password. And sign in. There we go. All right, so I got a new user, Emily. She signed in. Um, she's got access to the EC2, so she is good to go. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create another user named Alex, even though I'm signed in with Emily. So it says add Alex to the QA group and download the CSV following steps 1 through 5 of task 2 that you used for Emily. So I'm just going to go back up to my IAM. I'm going to go back to users. I'm going to add a new user. This one's going to be called, I think they said Alex. Yep. So I'm going to say Alex. Whoops. Alex. And I believe we chose the password option here. Auto-generated password. Now I'm going to choose permissions here. Okay. And then let's see. They wanted Alex to be a member of the QA group. So I'm going to say QA. Rick, if it 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 might load it in Excel or it might load it in a text file. Either one should work. Okay. So let's go ahead and finish adding Alex to the QA group. So I'm going to click on next for the tags. I'm going to skip the tags. We don't care about that one. Alex looks good. I'm going to go ahead and create user. And again, I'm going to download the CSV so that I'm able to log in. So I'm just going to go ahead and call this one Alex. Okay, so now that I've made Alex, what they want me to try to do is log in. So let me go ahead and I'm going to go to the top right here. I'm going to sign out. Or no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to just open Alex with my text edit app. So here's my CSV for Alex. You see that the this number is the same. So I'm going to use this same link right here to sign in. My temporary password is different, but that's okay. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go and make a new tab. And I'm going to paste and go. All right. So this time I'm going to do Alex. And I'm going to use my temporary password. All right, let's see if I did it right. Okay, got lucky at that time. All right, cool. So let me paste in that password. And I'm going to make a new password for Mr. Alex and confirm the password change. All right, so confirm the password change. Let's do it one more time. Alex, paste in the password, copy in my account ID, that's the 12-digit number, and just see if I can sign in. All right, cool. I am now signed in. All right, cool. All right, so now I'm logged in with um, Alex, and what they want us to do is to try to create a new user with the details in the last CSV that we um, downloaded. So I'm in Alex, and let's go ahead and go to IAM. You can see I'm in Alex in the top right there. Let's go to IAM, and we're going to go to boom. I can't do it because I don't have permissions because Alex is not in the group that allows users to be created. And that is how these groups, whoops, Alex can't even view the groups. Let's go to, oh, I was signed out because I switched out. Let's go take a look here. Yep. So as you see, each time I signed in with a different user, it signed me out of the other ones. But that is how that lab works.